Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Table Space, your place for all things tabletop gaming. I hope that everyone that listens to this video is doing well. And if you want to come along and paint with me while we just have a little chat, please have a seat, enjoy, grab a cup of coffee, tea, water, and enjoy yourself. So this is probably my third attempt at making a YouTube channel, if you want to call it that. First time I tried, I was probably still in college. The second time was pretty early in COVID, maybe 2021. Might have been the end of 2020, I'm not really sure. And I think this is technically my third time, although you may want to call it my fourth time. I'm a father of two kids, and whenever my son, leading up to my son being born, he'll turn 2 in December, but right maybe 6 months before he was born, I was starting to post a lot of meme type content on Instagram, on TikTok, YouTube Shorts. And I really did enjoy it. I did have a video that kind of went somewhat viral. Nothing crazy, nothing that I made money off of. I'm not really doing it for the money. And it felt cool, to get a bunch of notifications and followers. And it was like, I was working night shift at the time, and I would go to work and my phone would blow up with likes and follows literally nonstop. And then I'd go to bed and then I'd wake up with so many notifications on Instagram that I just couldn't keep up. And it was cool. And I kept that going, like I said, for about 6 months, right up until my son was born. And I did make some videos for probably a few weeks after he was born. He was a NICU baby, so it was a hard time. It was a depressing time. But I think I just made those videos during that time just to kind of help get my mind off of everything that was going on in the situation, just to try to help uplift me a little bit. But after a while of making these memes, and it just didn't feel really fulfilling. Like I was getting likes and getting followers and thought that's what would, I guess, make me happy in terms of being a content creator. But after a while, it just felt soulless, if that makes sense. Something that just an artificial intelligence could have been making. Like it didn't really feel wholesome. And so I just stopped making content and got busy with my two kids, and just kind of stuck to my hobbies, things that I enjoy doing, and that was kind of it. And I'm not really sure what happened over the past couple of days, but I got the drive to really give this a fair shot and not really have any expectations other than just having fun, being passionate, talking about things that I want to talk about. Content, videos, probably going to be me painting and just talking. And I think the part that made me really want to make content like this is because normally when I'm doing this, when I'm in my room by myself, my kids are asleep, my wife is either sleeping or winding down for the night, I'm back here painting or, working on printing something, or maybe even playing a video game. And I'm always looking for either music to listen to or some long video to watch. And I don't know, it just feels like I can never find the perfect video or the perfect song or the perfect movie to listen to or watch while I'm painting and get, I guess, like a satisfaction of noise while I'm trying to find a flow state in painting. And then I got the idea, just popped into my head, well, how about instead of looking for something to listen to, something to watch, something to enjoy, why not just talk? Why not just make your own content? Why not just listen to yourself and get fulfillment that way? So that's what I'm going to try doing. And my goal and my hope is that those of you out there watching, you listen along with me and you can relate to whatever I end up talking about, or maybe you make your own videos and you find something to kill the time for yourself while you're doing your hobbying, whether it be painting or woodworking or reading, whatever it is that it may be. For me, it's definitely painting. Painting is something that I've been doing for about 10 years. And if you told me 10 years ago that I'd be doing miniature painting or just painting anything in general, I would have not believed you. Back in college, I dived deep into tabletop games. Well, I dived deep into board games, I should say, not tabletop as a whole, just mainly board games. It all started with Arkham Horror, second edition, if you know what that game is. Before I played that game, when I thought of board games, it was the typical Monopoly, Sorry, Candyland, Mousetrap, those types of games. But Arkham Horror really opened up the horizon for me in terms of what board games could be. And I still have Arkham Horror. I don't really get the chance to play it much anymore. But it kind of started everything off. And as I got more and more board games, some board games come with miniatures and they're gray plastic, and I just assumed that they would stay gray because there was no way in hell I was going to be painting those. And then eventually I found my way to TTRPGs, and then I found a cool dragon that I really wanted to paint. And I said, well, I guess I'm going to have to learn how to paint. And then one thing led to another, and here we are. Painting models. I created a business called Table Space that this channel is named after. This channel had a different name at one point, but now it's Table Space, and I just can't bring myself to change it. I can't bring myself to start a new channel. If you scroll down, you'll find videos from when I tried my third or second attempt at YouTube. And I was thinking about deleting them, but you know what? I'll just leave them there because I don't want to erase history. And I don't want to, I guess, hide where I come from or where I started from. And so, yeah, just leave it at that. Painting is one of those things, the more and more I do it, the more I get out of it. First, it was just to learn a new skill. And as I'm getting older and getting busier and losing track with friends and sometimes family, it's just something that gives me more peace and solace and fulfillment in life. And of course, other things give me fulfillment, like especially my children and my family. But I don't know. It's just, I guess I can relate it. I've always wanted to learn how to draw. And I'm sure if I actually, took some classes and really gave it a good effort, I probably could maybe learn how to do it. But with painting, I'm at a point now where if I get an idea for some kind of paint job or color scheme or cool look for a model, like for these guys that I'm painting them, they're gonna have a lot of snowy textures, and this armor's gonna look all rusted, and they're gonna kind of look like White Walkers or something like that. By the time I'm done with them, I can make them look like that, and it's just something that I've always wanted to be able to do with drawing. But at least I'm able to get that fulfillment out of painting. And it's just something that's really, I don't know, it's just really cool. In a world where we're constantly fed media and we're nostalgia bait and all these different kind of things, it's kind of cool to just be able to take something and make it my own. And I hope that everyone gets the opportunity to feel that way, because I just feel like nowadays everything's just got a price tag. It's all just for looks and not really much for feel. So if there's something that you guys would like me to talk about, or if there's something that you're painting and you want to share, please, in the comments down below, let me know what you guys are working on. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to try to make as much content as I can, and I'm going to try to talk about various topics, whether it be philosophical or news related in the tabletop hobby sphere, or just about stuff in general, life stuff in general. And I'm sure there'll be some painting stuff in there too. But I'm Dylan. This is Table Space. Thank you guys so much for watching, and take care.